Hail, welcome back to Fire and Water Cooking. I'm Darren, of course. Today I'm going to do something really different. A couple weeks ago, I did a video on chopped cheese and the New York staple. Well, I did a little bit different. I did it my way. I added bacon and I added some other stuff that normally isn't in a chopped cheese. So it got me to thinking, I'm going to go ahead today and make a Mexican style chopped cheese. We're going to put some taco seasoning on it, use a little Rotel, and some other things that'll make it just a little bit different than a chopped cheese you get in New York. But we're going to use these smaller rolls here today and try them out. All right, guys, I'll be back. Mexican style chopped cheese. Right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
All right, while I'm waiting for my griddle to heat up, I'm going to go over the ingredients with you to show you what I'm doing here. So I got, like I said, these hoagie rolls. They're not as big as the regular sub rolls. So these are like probably like more like 6 inches, 5 or 6 inch long sub rolls. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do like they do in New York, and we're going to make sure we heat them up as well. I might take some of the bread on the inside out so we have a little bit more room for meat. Instead of mayonnaise and ketchup, I'm going to use a little guacamole aioli. I mixed some sour cream with avocado, seasoned it up like I normally would. Guacamole. That's what we're going to use as our mayonnaise. Instead of sliced tomatoes, guys, I'm going to use some Rotel, which is mixed with green chilies. And I'm going to make it so that we don't get all that moisture from the tomatoes. I'm going to try to drain it with this slotted spoon a little bit. I want a little bit of the moisture, but not all of it. We're going to season it up with regular taco seasoning here that I get at Costco. Mexican style cheese, a mix of different Mexican style cheeses. We are going to use the onions like we would in a normal chopped cheese. And then we're going to use the some lettuce to get a little bit of crunch to it. Ground beef, of course, and that's it. We're going to chop it all up, mix it all together, and when we're done, we'll see how it turns out. So let me get my griddle going, and I'll be back when we're starting to cook up. All right, guys, my griddle is up to temp. I'm going to put a little oil down here. I'm going to go ahead and start the onions like I normally would. Make it a regular chopped cheese. Get them starting to saute. I want those to be starting to cook a little bit before we add them to the ground beef. All right, so I'm going to take the ground beef here. Just stick it right on the flat top. And just like before, guys, we're going to want that to get some crust to it before we start chopping it up. So I want to kind of flatten that down some. And we're trying to get that almost like a smash burger consistency here. And we're going to take taco seasoning and just scatter it all over here. Put a little bit on now, a little in the onions. And we'll put some more on when it gets a little bit more crunchy. Get you a little closer up there so you can see. So we're going to let that cook just a little bit, and I'll be back when we're starting to chop it up.
All right, guys, it's time to flip this over so we can get that good Maillard reaction on the other side. Just going to go ahead and spread it out just a little bit more. Give it another 3 or 4 minutes, and that should be just fine.
All right, guys, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes for that meat to get really, really crispy. I'm going to start spooning my Rotel. This is mild Rotel. You can use this medium Rotel if you want, or the hot. I'm just going to use mild Rotel with the green chilies. And like I said, try to get as much moisture out of that as you can. And mix it with these onions. Heat it up some. It doesn't really need to cook. I just want to get it heated so when we're starting to chop up this meat, incorporate really well. All right, this meat's almost ready to get chopped. I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
All right, guys, it's time to get this all chopped up. It's really good, crunchy right now. So I'm going to get it all chopped up really fine. As fine or as not as you want. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate my Rotel and onions in there. Make sure they're mixed in there really well. Add a little bit more seasoning if you wish. I'm going to toast my buns up. And make sure you toast both sides of your buns, guys, because you want that crunch on both sides. Putting my Mexican cheese down. Right now I'm just going to make 2 sandwiches. I'll make the other 2 in a little bit later here. And I'm going to put my meat over on the side that's going to be for those sandwiches. So let this melt. I had scooped out some of the bread from the rolls. I'm going to place it on there. Add my little bit of aioli. A little bit of lettuce. Wrap it up tight. And we're ready to go. I'll see you in a minute.
All right, guys, I got all these sandwiches made. I'm going to go ahead. This is one of the first ones I made here. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half so you can see. That looks just like a chopped cheese to me, guys. What do you think? There you go. That's a chopped cheese if I've never seen one before in my life. Nice and gooey, ooey, gooey. Go ahead, take this out of the wrapper. The reason you leave it in the wrapper for a little bit, guys, is it actually continues to cook and get all gooey and ooey gooey there. Check that out. Probably could have used a little bit of mayo, but I think that avocado sour cream aioli will work just fine. Mmm. Mmm. That's good stuff, guys. Taco-y. Got a little bit of kick from those chilies, from the Rotel. Mexican cheese is a little different. Mmm. So good. Check it out, guys. Make sure you experiment on your own with the chopped cheese. Mexican chopped cheese right here. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Check out Fire and Water Cooking Edible Creations, seasonings and sauces down below. Check out Fire and Water Travel. Look it up. We're doing travel now. That's right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.